Consider calisthenics and the gym. I'm going to convince you to do both of these sports because I used to be the guy that would always do the push-pull leg routine in the gym. It's very motivating at first, month by month, to see progress with your physique and obviously cut down in weight, and I was looking really good. But that it just gets boring. There's only so many times you can look in the mirror and you can probably relate, and you just desire something more meaningful. And this is when calisthenics, this summer, when I got into it several months ago, I made new friends. And not only did I build a really good physique, I actually learned how to form meaningful relationships with people that you might be desiring as well. Because the gym can be a very lonely grind. So I want to put you on this path and talk about a few talking points in this video and hopefully inspire you to consider adding calisthenics to your gym routine. This is not about deciding between one or the other. It's to actually get you to maybe just to consider both of them. Enjoyment. The gym can be enjoyable, and for beginners that is the case, and intermediates. But there comes a point where with anything, if you're doing it all the time in repetition, with the gym, you have to do a push-pull leg routine, for example, which is what I do. And you do the same exercises because with the gym, you're tracking your muscle hypertrophy, the progressive overload aspect. A lot of us either have notebooks or we have apps on our phones where we're logging how much weight we're doing week by week, month by month. And we're seeing that we're getting stronger on a bulk, and then in cutting cycles, like, you know how the whole aim of the game of the gym is to track everything methodically, which is great if you want to make muscle. But in terms of enjoyment, is it really soul fulfilling? I got to this point where I had a good physique and I got to low body fat, and then I just thought, well, there's only so many times I've looked in the mirror, seen my abs and seen my muscles that can be bigger. Let's go on another bulk and just repeat this cycle. Is that it? Is that all my fitness journey is going to be? I want to be smiling and having fun, making friends. And I feel like the gym is quite harder to do that when you compare it with calisthenics. With calisthenics, before I even get into all the benefits with the skill training and never running out of things to do, the people that I met in calisthenics made it fun. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the lifestyle improvements. You can walk into a new park in your city that you've never been to, meet a few guys that are working out outside and they want to be outside in nature. Think of the quality of people you're meeting. Calisthenics has skill training. Skill training is what makes it fun. Learning handstands. And I look back on videos of when I learned how to do my first ever muscle up. It was such a...
Don't really lose it. It just kind of stays there.
Oh shit! Oh!
Yo!
It's like comparing it to a moment where when you're a young kid, you learn how to walk. And I feel like when we get older as adults, we don't really challenge ourselves as much. And in terms of putting that in fitness, in your fitness journey, you might just be looking better and pushing more iron above your head with the gym. But with calisthenics, you're genuinely like working towards and achieving something. You can actually end up enjoying gym more when you know your efforts are going towards calisthenics, especially if those efforts are to learn front levers, handstands, muscle ups. Maybe there's certain PRs you want to hit with a weighted pull-up, or like me, I'm working on how to do handstands, and I also want to get 20 pull-ups. I can do around 12 pull-ups in a minute, and I've kind of been stuck there for a while. But with calisthenics, you're never out of things to do, which makes it enjoyable. Now, with calisthenics, there is an enjoyment aspect to that as well, way more than the gym, and it's very healthy as well. You get to have that social interaction, which is the number one biomarker of, honestly, like having good mental health. This is something that people on YouTube are just not really talking about. It's all about how big my muscles can get and how good is my physique. But obviously these things are important, and I make many fitness videos talking about that. But neglected is these important talking points of your mental health and actually having enjoyment in your fitness journey, which is exactly the message that I'm preaching in my channel, and also my course, which is in the top link in the description if you're interested in joining that. So let's now get on to my second point with gym or calisthenics. And this is about strength or muscle. What is your priority and what do you want? If you go to the gym, your priority is just muscle getting bigger. Now, if you have like a social life outside of the gym and you're genuinely happy with your friends and you just want to go to the gym because you're busy all day, you want to hammer out some workout for an hour and just leave, cool. If we just commit to ourselves and say, I have my whole life to do fitness until I'm 70 years old, then you'll see that there are literally calisthenics athletes who are over 60 years old and they are literally jacked.
70 years old. 70 years young. My bad. He's getting reps in. Come on. You are physically fit and living life to the fullest, and you started in your 40s. It's not like you started when you came out the womb. You started in your 40s. A lot of people feel like when they're in their 40s that they have the midlife crisis and life is over. But for you, life was just beginning, OG.
And how many gym guys you see that kind of resemble that? Not many. It's not this conversation of strength or hypertrophy. Because either way, the muscle feels tension. It doesn't know the difference. And yes, with the gym, you're able to accurately log and track things and but like if we're just considering these points that people don't really think about when they're making these choices, if you are doing calisthenics because you genuinely enjoy it, and yes, you're training strength and you can't isolate your muscles as much, but you're going to be more consistent. So I'd argue that you'd make more gains than the gym. And with the gym, I've had so many times in gym where I've just given up. You might be able to relate to this. You kind of look at your workout calendar if you've got one. I'll show you guys a screenshot on the screen of this app I use that tracks all my lifts. It's called Heavy, H-E-V-Y. It's a really good workout tracker. You can see there's just gaps in the months where I've just not gone to the gym. And I've like slacked off in the gym. I've done this for like honestly quite a few years. I'm really ashamed to say that. But with calisthenics, it's just going outside. Like you can literally go outside for a walk, which is something that I do anyway. And then to just start and get the ball moving is not difficult. Whereas with the gym, it's like, oh God, I have to like lift a bunch of weights and like it's obviously like the mental friction to go into the gym is heavily minimized when you're used to going to the gym very often. And your hypertrophy training, and you know what like the task is. But with calisthenics, when you're outside, you're getting some air and you feel good, you're happy to make that commitment. And yes, you're strength training and whatever, but you're going to make more gains down the road if you actually want to do it. Community and the social aspect. But with the gym, I find that it's hard to kind of make friends there. And that's just because of the gym culture. The only way that you could really make friends in the gym, apart from just being very outspoken and keep trying with new people, is to maybe like enter some sort of bodybuilding, powerlifting sort of competitions and have a friend that's kind of doing the same thing. But the friction is high. Whereas with calisthenics, you can literally go to a new park in your city for the very first time. Just say hi to some people, ask what they're doing on the bars, and you just make a WhatsApp group and make a bunch of friends, and it's awesome. And I'll plug a video at the top of the screen, which will be, it's a video that I made about how to meet people at a calisthenics park. Add them on WhatsApp, make the group chats, and how to interact with them. So if you want to watch that video at the top of this video that I've attached, and that will help you make your friends in calisthenics. Because chances are, if you're a bit like me, I'm the sort of person who I can be outspoken and look like an extrovert from the outside, which people do say about me. But in reality, like I'm an introvert and I feel quite socially drained, like moving between like friendship groups all the time, if that makes sense. I like to have a stable group of friends that aren't just like random people, but like really productive friends that I feel like are good for me. And I've had my fair share experience of like bad, experiences of people. But I find that calisthenics people are not just very welcoming, they're also really nice, kind, humble people. They really remind me of gymnasts. I made some friends in a calisthenics park this summer, so several months ago now. And I look at my iPhone gallery, just all like the awesome memories, and I always use these clips on my channel because in terms of the clips in the gym, it's just, oh yeah, me posing, I'm in a really good lighting, but that's really it. Talking about what skills are they working on today, or what's this like new equipment that you have, like all this resistance band, and then practicing some moves with the guys that are like way ahead of me. Because here's the thing, with the gym, people are a bit egotistical, but with calisthenics, someone can be like 5 years deep into their journey and they'll give you advice. And I never feel like when I go to a calisthenics park, I struggle to meet people because of just how welcoming the energy is. This is not to say everybody's an angel, of course, but it's a very welcoming community, in my opinion. And if you live in a city, chances are you'll easily just go on Instagram, Google, and just look up or watch the video that I've attached, obviously, to find events in calisthenics parks that take place. People compete there. Or events that you can attend where people are doing really cool skills, which is what I did, and you can meet people there. I met a guy at a calisthenics park in London who told me about an event that was happening. I went to that event. And you can literally go to events in your local city and just make friends. It's so easy to meet high quality people in calisthenics as opposed to the gym. And I think part of that reason is because of the discipline it requires to be a calisthenics athlete. So many of these guys, they work out in the rain, the snow. They don't make excuses. They'll go outside in whatever condition it takes. And it takes so much of your like mental bandwidth to practice as a calisthenics athlete to the level that these guys do. So imagine being able to have friendships with these people. So to summarize, I think you should just do both. Do calisthenics, do the gym, and try to commit one day of the week where you can go and to commit yourself to doing calisthenics. Combine both of them, make sure it's like they're both in your routine. And watch that video I plugged at the top as well as your final action step to just know how to go to a calisthenics park and to meet people. In that video, I explain like the websites. You can type in your city and you'll come up with parks that are local to you. You can use Google Maps, all sorts. If you live in a city, you have no excuse. And you can also use the gym rings as well. The gym rings is such a cool way to meet people. And it's really good for your mental health as well. I've made like some videos on how working out outside in general is just very good for your mental health. And it's helped bring this like mental clarity to me, which maybe is coming across in these videos. And if you're interested to learn all about how to have this life where you're kind of making friends, you're building your physique and you're improving your mental health as well, not just your physique, then I've got my course, top link in the description, that should help you out in this journey if you're interested. You want me to guide you and be around guys who are on that mission. Watch this video that YouTube is suggesting to you. Like and subscribe on this video so it gets promoted on the algorithm. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Goodbye.